Hey everyone, my name is the Embergriff, and I decided to make a MCOC how-to video for those of you that are looking to get into playing Marvel's Contest of Champions. Now is the absolute best time for you to start to play because now there's boosts and stuff going on. Each time that you sign in for the day, you get extra bonuses and all that fun stuff. I'm starting the video a little bit early compared to where you actually begin. I got the 1-star Spider-Man, the 1-star Wolverine to start with, and then they gave me a Preem, and or maybe it was a 2-star crystal, and from that 2-star crystal I got the 2-star Vision that I'm using in this shot. One of the first things you need to learn how to do is know that dashing is your friend. You absolutely want to, from the start of the game, learn how to intercept. And intercepting means when you dash forward and hit the opponent as they're trying to hit you. And you'll see good examples of this. Another good tip would be to save your units. As you collect units throughout the game, the tutorial, which is what I'm showing right now, will want you to spend some units that the game gives you automatically. But after that, don't spend units unless you absolutely need to. I'm showing the story for those of you interested. Essentially, you, along with Kang the Conqueror, are now a part of this Contest of Champions, which is a callback to a Marvel comic of the same name. I'm just rushing through this right now. Yeah, yada yada. The isosphere can be yours. Absolute power or whatever. Always make sure to look at the map before going, because maybe you're going to run into some enemies that you're not too good at fighting, or they're too powerful for your team. Make sure to come back later for that one. Another thing I'd like to mention for those of you that are watching that maybe have played before in the past and are looking at my playthrough and saying, "Oh, this looks different. Why is the map so much different?" Well, Kabam decided to update their tutorial, so a lot of the brand new champions like Green Goblin and Doc Ock and Starkey, which is just another name for Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, just happen to be brand new champs, and they're newer. So Kabam, in their greatness, decided, you know what, we're going to move these and put them in the game, or so that people who are new can understand that this is normal for the contest. In the past, when I first started, when I had made my first account, yeah, sorry about that. You'll see a bunch of interruptions throughout the first part of this video, and I didn't want to scrap this account and try again. So bear with me for the first episode. It will get better, hopefully, as more and more people watch. I do want to let you know that your absolute best friend in the very beginning of the game is collecting as many champions as possible and making sure you read, you know, anything that it tells you to do because it's really valuable information. Like, in the very first fight, you learn how to light, medium, and heavy attack. You learn how to block. You learn how to dodge back. And you learn how to dash in. Well, you'll get masteries, which is something that I'll teach you later in this video, that you can use. You can take a mastery from a different, the mastery dexterity, which allows you to dash back and try to avoid damage, which has saved my butt a lot. And you'll learn to use it as well. I slowed down a little bit so that you can read this. As long as you're not the beating heart of a dragon or whatever, you won't beat him. He's actually a pretty easy fight if you know what you're doing, as long as you don't get hit. Because Iron Fist has the keen ability to, when he does land a hit, he likes to throw armor break on you, which isn't greatest. Sorry, I'm kind of stumbling over my words and it's going to be a long video. I'd like to thank all of my friends who encouraged me to try this, and I'd honestly love to hear some feedback. Give me a like if you liked it, and share it with a friend, because the only way that I'm going to be able to get in this content creator program, which would be absolutely awesome, and the only way that I'd be able to get into YouTube as a whole is through you guys, which I'm absolutely thankful for. I'm honestly on autopilot right now. I'm running through these fights because they're honestly not that difficult if you know what you're doing. But this is for beginners, first time people that have ever played the game. What you probably should do is, if you're not good at intercepting yet, if you're not good at fighting yet, the first thing you should do is work with class advantage. That means that your champion is stronger or weaker based on the type of champion you're fighting against. Like Vision, for example, would be strong against Colossus, a tech champion stronger than a mutant champion. And there are 4 types in this game, or 6 types in this game currently. Tech, mutant, skill, science, mystic, and cosmic. And then it goes back to tech. And around that circle is champs that from stronger 2 to weaker 2, stronger 2 to weaker 2. So if I had a mutant champion, it would be strong against a skill. If I had a skill, it would be strong against science. But if you reverse it, science is weak to skill. Skill is weak to mutant. Mutant is weak to tech. You just have to keep that in your mind, because the game likes to throw little tricks in there. We're going to be blowing through the first parts of the game as quickly as possible, just because I'm trying to... This is a tutorial, right? So... Oh, I got hit there. You wouldn't want to just take every second to play, a game and show you everything if I'm not actually going to show you. As you level up, you're going to get these things called full energy refills. Don't use those, because as you go through the game, you're going to level up, and as you level up, you're going to get, your energy is going to refill, and you're going to get higher and higher energy amount. So what you do not want to do is Well, you do know what to do. I backed out of there just for a second so that you could read the story. Um, Drax wants you to know that he's going to rupture your skull. I don't think the fight's going to end that well for you, Drax. You're just level 1, or not level 1, star, for 1 star. You're a 1-star champion. But anyway, where was I? Oh, as you level, you're going to get more and more space, more and more energy. So hold on to those energy refills, and if you need the room, just hold off until next. Just wait a couple minutes, because energy will refill. Um, I wanted to show something with Wolverine. Wolverine is something that people in the community call a regen champion, which means he can regenerate health. And and this is my example. The game will force you to purchase a couple of crystals and stuff while progressing through the game, and that's okay. It's going to happen, but you don't need it to progress through the game. You will eventually need champs. You will eventually need all the ISO that you collect, all the gold that you get. But just remember that this game, the tutorial anyway, is made for new players to get good fast. Star-Lord, the character that you just saw in the 2-star crystal that we just opened, he used to be the number 1 champ to try to get a 4-star of. This game now goes up to 6 stars, which is, pretty awesome, from 1 star to 6 star. You start with 1 stars and you work your way up to 6 star. In this tutorial, we will be talking about the do's and don'ts. Like these, for example, all of these crystals here, they're pretty much a bad deal. Anytime that you see buy a crystal, don't do it. The only thing that I would use units on are revives when you've used all of your resources to buy stuff, which you generally don't need to. You can get revives through events and arena and stuff like that. So instead of that, you can buy energy refills, and that is the number 1 thing that you should buy with units. Another good thing to buy with units is if you have a lot of them, you can buy Stony and Carbanium Mastery Cores, or whatever they're called. And with those, instead of spending your units to make your game go faster, you're buying items so that your masteries can be stronger. Alright, so this is a tricky one that they want you to understand quickly as possible. In maps, you'll sometimes find that champions sitting on a spot aren't always visible 100% of the time. That's what they call an ambush. So, like, for example, this Winter Soldier is the first ambush in the game. So, generally only story mode has ambushes, but the event quest this month, the Rise of the Cabal, or whatever it's called, actually has ambushes in it. A lot, actually. So, just remember that champs in the map aren't always the only champs that you're going to fight in the map, if that makes any sense. And also, remember that when you dash back, your champion will automatically want to walk forward unless you're blocking. So, like you saw with my Wolverine, I dashed back to avoid his heavy, and then he started to walk back on his own. I didn't touch the screen, which can be good at some points or terrible at others. Um, yeah. Now I'm just showing off all the new stuff that you slowly unlock as you level up. Level 3 now. Um, the collector sort of just, yeah, good job. Wow, you defeated that super obvious trap when it's called surprise attack. Wow, good job. Anyway, yeah, as you slowly begin to progress through the game, you'll learn that it's better to play more aggressively unless otherwise thought of. Like, almost every level, you're going to get an energy revive, a full energy revive, which is awesome because that means that you can save them up for later when you need them. I chose to go the apparently harder route by fighting the Hulk here. He's not actually the strongest champ in this game. There are tons of champs that are much stronger, but I do want you to know that Hulk can sometimes be a pushover after you get the dexterity node. Because until then, his specials still hit you like it fruck. His special 1, he smashes his fist into the ground and then throws a chunk of concrete at you. If you don't have the dexterity, then you can't dodge out of the way of it, so it's going to hurt a lot. That's another thing that you can learn. As the opponent is blocking and doesn't really want to hit, you can use your heavy attack to break their block, which is sometimes really helpful. But always remember, when attacking into somebody, make sure that they just got out of a block. They're not coming in for a punch. Because sometimes, based on the animation, they may hit you instead. And then that would be all kinds of ouchies. But anyway, let's fight this Captain America World War II. So Captain America, there are now 3 of them in the game, and all of them are science champions. And the reason for that is he was inducted into the Super Soldier project, where they injected him with the Super Soldier Serum using science. So that's how that is. But he does hit super hard, so I guess he could technically be skilled, but he gets his strength from science. But anyway, just another tidbit of information. I am online, the app Line. It's what a lot of Marvel Contest Champions creators and alliances are using to keep in contact with each other, which is pretty cool, I guess. I just want you to remember, guys, that no matter how hard you think a enemy is, most people have definitely suffered with the same enemy before, so you're not alone. You can add me online. I'll leave a link to my account in the description of this video to message me about any problems that you may be having. And I also suggest a couple other YouTubers that did similar videos to this. Alright, here's something that I'd like you to see. I made the decision. Well, first I looked at all of the things first and got like all the items that we could get and looking at all those. This is called the daily login calendar. You can get each of these items if you log in every single day. And as you log in, you get more important items. You can get 200 units for logging in every single day for a week. That's awesome. That's crazy, actually. You usually can't get that huge amount of units that quickly. Which is just the game saying, alright, you know what? You need to be on here every single day. Because you need these units. And then you get punished if you don't. Alright. It's really hard to lose track of the game as you're playing it. But what I will say is that Kang is going to be one of the hardest bosses in this game. Not because he's super difficult, but because you haven't fought anyone like him by the time you fight him. And if you don't have the right masteries, if you don't have the right champs, then he'll be super hard to beat. So I'm going to try my best to get you prepared for this monstrosity of a fight. You're going to get items as you go along, collecting and gaining all these items. Just do what I do or not. The more rewards that you can get, the better, especially in early gameplay, because you never really know when you're going to get a good champion off the bat. You might get only 2 stars for the entire game until the end of Act 1, which is when you would potentially get your first guaranteed 3 star. Unless you play one of the higher difficulties in like event quests and stuff. Which I would suggest doing because it gives you a lot of rewards. However, I wouldn't do what I just did. I fought a disadvantaged champ with one of my weaker guys. I mean, the way I was playing super well. I was intercepting every time I could. I got really lucky with a lot of bleeds and my regen, and I avoided most of his attacks. And if you can play like that, that's good. You need to learn how to do that. But until you got a rhythm with these champions, it's going to be hard to. And it looks like I'm having a little bit of Wi-Fi problems. Hold on just a second. Make sure we're still recording. Alright, it's not my Wi-Fi. It's just the game lagging out for a second. Just gonna have to sit through it. Alright, here's something that I want you to know. Wolverine is one of my... Finally, it started again. Wolverine is one of my absolute favorite characters to play in the Marvel contest. Specifically because of his bleeds, his regen, and Wolverine's always been one of my favorite Marvel characters. Just from the get-go. And one of my least favorite characters is, believe it or not, Spider-Man. A lot of people love Spider-Man, and that's part of the reason I don't. I don't really like that everybody loves him. He's on everything. Every birthday party for every, 5 to 10-year-old is a Spider-Man birthday party or a Batman birthday party. Sorry. Yes, Kang, we're going to cast some doubt on you because you're long gone in the future. I mean, when we get there. If you want to stop and read the story, then I suggest that you just pause the video. In the future, I'll be reading them, but I wanted to get through this part as quickly as possible. Oh, there I go. I missed the block there. I missed the jump back there with Hood, and I got hit with his special one. I didn't take a lot of damage, which is okay, but in this game you try to avoid damage as much as possible, especially if you have fights later that you wanted to do with that champion. You can see now that I'm using Wolverine for almost every fight, and that's because at this point in time, when my video was being recorded, I had a mutant mastery, or a mutant use, or something like that, event going on. And the more times that I used my mutant characters and want to fight, then the higher rewards I'd get. So, I was using my only mutant character in almost every fight, even if it wasn't too good for them. And what you should do is you should do the exact same thing. You should be fighting for all of these really easy to get rewards. And when you do that, you're basically a shoo-in to basically win the game. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to win the game. You're trying to beat Kang. And then after Kang's gone, you have to beat Maestro. And then after Maestro's gone, which is... we'll get to him later. Maestro is essentially super crazy evil Hulk. Who's just really badly informed. And he is terrible to fight. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe by then we'll have some 4-star champions that are maybe 330. Hopefully we'll get some good ones. Hawkeye's a fan favorite of mine. I mean, I always like the good underdog. Or, the character that everyone is like, oh, he's pretty bad. But there I go, talking again, and I walk right into a special one. I really gotta take care of those. But I survived nonetheless, winning the game. And level 6. There we go. Alright. So we are going to keep going. At level 6, the game wants you to join an alliance. And here's some, just a bunch of rewards that you can get throughout the game. For this month only, for the month of August, all the way up until September 1st, there's a thing or whatever. But when you go to join an alliance, the first time you join an alliance, you get a premium hero crystal and 25 units. So I suggest doing that as quickly as possible. But instead, what you should do is, like, for this one, I looked up one of my old friends from one of the first alliances I was ever in, Post Saver. And he has a massive alliance now. I don't know if he's currently the leader of, but he's one of my good friends. I think I'm going to join his alliance for now, add him as a friend, add a couple of my old buddies as friends, and see if they want to let me stick around, because I did try my best to be in their group, and now they're quite high level now, so maybe I'll probably just be kicked because I'm so low level, but or maybe, who knows, maybe friends are just not too happy with being friends. It's okay. But I will let them know I'm here. Hey, guys, guess who? It's your boy. Just starting a new YouTube section to his channel. And this is the mastery. The first one that you want to get is dexterity. You can't get dexterity immediately. You're going to have to branch out a little bit. So I put my first one in strength, and then I think I'm going to put my second one in defense. So as you play this game, you're going to want to get masteries based on what you're good at. And as you progress in the game, you're going to want to pick particular ones. What I'm going to pick is anything to get me as quick, basically get me to dexterity and parry as quickly as possible. Parry means if I time a block perfectly as the enemy is running into me, I can stun them instead of just like that would have been a good parry if I had parry activated. And then he'd be stunned, and I could just punch into him while he's stunned, and he can't do anything. And then you can get some pretty good combos off on that, which is good if you know what you're doing. You see, I'm getting a little bit better as we play along. And dexterity, like I already said, you can dodge and attack when you dash back. And it also gives you a critical bonus, which means that your next hit is a higher likelihood to double in damage or whatever, which is pretty fine, or pretty cool, I guess. But now we're in the final fight of this section, which... so now we have a villains thing. Cool. We'll see how much they're doing. But remember, when you first join an alliance, you have to wait an entire day before you can get rewards. That's to prevent people from jumping from one alliance to the next, collecting rewards from people that actually earned it. Which is absolutely understandable. So, what we're going to do is we're going to finish this off. We're going to fight this final fight, get all the way up to this 2-star Deadpool, which is the strongest champ we've fought so far, which is crazy because we've only fought 1-stars. Oh my goodness. I might be terrified just a little bit in the thought of fighting this Deadpool. Yeah, I might be a little bit worried. That's a little scary. I'll get, I wonder which path I should take. I better collect this first, so I don't forget, And then as you get further along, you get better rewards, like I said. I think I'm going to go the route where I get a revive, which would be great. Because the more revives you can stash away is the more times that you can bring your champions back from the dead to fight again. Like you probably have noticed, your champions have health. The more health they have, the harder it is to kill them. If I would have had dexterity there, I would have been able to dodge that. But I keep forgetting that doesn't exist yet for me. So what I need to do is block through it. And try not to get hit. So, there we go. There's another victory right there. Alright, I actually thought I was going to quit this episode and just open up some premium hero crystals and finish the chapter later. But, wow! My first premium hero crystal on the account, and I get a 4-star Kingpin. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Now I just got to open up all... Ooh, to 1-star vision. Awesome. And I bought 50 PIM crystals, which give me shards for later use. Thanks to the PIM particle thing from last month's calendar or whatever. And see, I'm already 60 shards on my way to getting my first 5-star. Here's hoping it's a good one. Now let's get back to the actual fighting. Let's continue. I lost a little bit of video before. I fought a Venom Pool, I think, and maybe one other. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll just skip over that I messed up as usual, where the video got a little bit corrupted, and move on to this Wolverine X-23. And the entire community just calls her X-23 because that's what most comics call her, and that's what her codename is. Vision is absolutely wrecking house right now. He is my absolute... Well, I wouldn't say he's my favorite character. However, when you have a Vision, he can help you out a lot. I'm hoping to get a 4-star Vision as soon as possible. And if I don't get him, hopefully I'll get a 4-star Hawkeye or some other power changing champion. But a handsome mutant like Deadpool needs his breakfast. So we gotta fight him over our chimichangas. Let's just fight with Vision for now. But yeah, the toughest fight in the start so far is going to be this Deadpool. He regens automatically, which can be scary. See, my punches are barely doing anything to him. I'm just sitting there and wailing on him and he's not doing a thing. I mean, now he's dead, but you see... Regen champs take a lot to get knocked down. which I like a lot. And now we finished chapter 1. And we get all of these awesome rewards. And we get the crystal that we wanted in the first place, a 2-star X-Men crystal for starting the event. Let's go open some crystals. Might as well, right? Let's open this X-Men crystal. Maybe I'll get a Cable or a Wolverine. That would be awesome. Maybe get a better Wolverine for the account already. Oh, there he goes. Oh, no. No. Colossus. Oh, man. Colossus haunts me. On my old account, he was one of my first. On my normal account, he is my first 5-star. Hopefully that's not going to be the case because he's one of the worst champions in the game. Okay. That just went over something super important to let you know. Don't sell your champions. If you think you're going to get another of the same champion, then that means it can be duped, which means you get their ability, their hidden ability, to be awakened. Which means you automatically gain their bonus or whatever. And I'm going, and that's what happens when you play this. When you upgrade your champions too quickly, you can run out of gold really fast. Especially if you're not ready for that champion yet. Like, my account is not ready for a 4-star character. And that's completely alright. But as we play, we're just going to get better and better and better. We'll get more gold, more stuff. But right now, let's look at the store. Alright, I'm going to do something that I've never suggested for anyone to do ever. I'm going to buy these rewards, these things, because I have the money to right now. Okay. One bad decision later, and I have more stuff. I would suggest that you never spend a dime on this game. Only for that reason exactly. I essentially just spent $2 to get that champion. That 2-star Thor. And that's not really worth it. I mean, if I were getting a super strong character, yeah, that would be awesome. But it's 2-star Thor. For now, that's great. He can help me win the game. But right now, not so much. I'm gonna open up the rest of my crystals. And this is another thing that you can get. Daily cards or whatever. And that means that you can just slowly get those items over time instead of the game wanting to give them to you immediately. Let's open some of these Infinity Chaos crystals. Probably just going to get 2 stars because that's all I see in this crystal or whatever. But maybe we could get a 4-star or 3-star. 3-star Ragnarok. Hello, Thor. You're going to replace your older brother. Yes, you are. Alright. So now I have a Kingpin. I bought a 3-star Deadpool, which I should not have done, but I did anyway. No. 3 stars already? Okay. Well, that was a lot of awesomeness. Let's see what my premium hero crystals give me. Probably a bunch of trash because I just got really lucky. Come on, anything good? Ew. I mean, she'll be good. She'll be good. She has a good bleed. Okay. What would be awesome is a 4-star Blade, or a 4-star Starkey, or a 4-star Ghost Rider, who's one of my favorites. Or Hyperion would have been nice. Alright. she'll be good for region champions. Her special 2 ability allows her to degenerate any region the opponent is getting. So she can be really awesome in the right circumstance. I think I'm going to let this crystal spin all the way out. I'm not going to touch it. It will click itself, and that will be what the game wants to give me. Please be a blade, please be a blade, please be a blade, please be a blade, please be a please? Maybe? Yes, please? Maybe? See, there was a 4-star Wolverine. He'd be nice too. And the game is stopped.